You need to know these 10 features in Madden 24, which some are good, some are bad, but they're very important to the structure of the game. Let's get into it. So at number 1, we have better animations for the secondary defending passes. As we all know, in Madden 23, man coverage was probably the meta in the game. There were some people who played very good zone defense, but man defense was probably the best type of defense that you can play. But from playing the beta, you can really see a difference in how the secondary plays defense. For example, in Madden 23, if you're on offense and throw the ball to the flat route, the defender is usually delayed and you can get, a couple yards after the catch. But in Madden 24, if the flat defender is there, as soon as you throw the ball, he comes right down to make a tackle or even have a good animation to knock the ball out. And for this reason, I do think that defense will be a little bit easier than Madden 23. I do think that it'll give you more chances to get stops on the defensive side of the ball, which I think is a big plus. But by far the biggest improvement that I see on defense is something called the defense advantage formula. Now, what will this do in Madden 24? All this will do is take the strength of players, the weight, the height, and incorporate that when they actually tackle someone. So a big defensive lineman will not get run over by a running back, or the running back won't fall forward on a defensive tackle, which is a big thing and a huge deal because in Madden 23, small running backs would run over or fall forward for a first down when it's 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1, and they get the first down when you make a really good play on defense and you have a bigger player on a bigger running back, but for some reason that running back falls forward. That won't happen anymore. Now, a defensive tackle will be able to kind of push the running back, which makes more sense and it's more scientific. One thing that can cancel that whole formula out though is when the offensive linemen push the running back forward, which is a new animation in Madden 24. And yes, it does happen quite often and not just on 3rd and 1 situations, goal line situations. So I hope this doesn't play a huge factor and completely cancel out the formula. That would suck. But I do think the pushing animation, the pushing the running back forward could be pretty cool in certain situations. At number 3, the new tackle animations, like when they actually pick the guy up off the ground and tackle him. That doesn't happen quite often in real football, but I do find it pretty cool. The new tackling animations do add just more excitement into Madden. I know a lot of people like the realism, but sometimes we gotta understand that it is a video game, and having tackles like that, again, don't happen quite often in real life, but in Madden, they don't happen quite often either, so having those are just gonna add more excitement to the game. At number 4, we have running the ball and just blocking in general. Running has a real possibility of being meta on the offensive side of the ball, and that's all because of the new hit everything technology. This new hit everything technology has been able to make the offensive line a lot smarter, especially when run blocking or pulling or reaching the second level defenders. If they get hit off course, they'll just block another guy even if it's not the guy that they're originally assigned to. Now the hit everything technology does work better when you have better offensive linemen, higher overalls, but overall, running was a lot easier in Madden 24. Even though it was the beta, if they bring that over to the release date game, I can see a lot of people running the ball, doing tosses, just all kinds of run plays. And one thing to note here, and this is for the people who like subbing in their safeties in the linebacker position, since the offensive line is so much better, it's actually been seen and said that the offensive line will easily take care of smaller defenders. So if that's something you do in a lot of your formation, you might need to change that up for Madden 24. Now this is a pretty cool thing, and this actually brings physics into Madden and just science in general. New kicking animations on onside kicks. The ball on onside kicks are actually hopping, there's different bounces, which I find really cool instead of just going straight on the ground, which actually really didn't make any sense. Never really thought anything of it until they came out with this animation, so that's pretty cool. And I'm assuming there's gonna be a way, someone's gonna find a way to find a really good onside kick that is just gonna be meta. So hopefully that doesn't happen too much, but it's still pretty cool. At number 6, we have the new catching animations that are a lot better than Madden 23, but there's one caveat to that. So the one good thing out of this is the better rack catching. In Madden 23, whenever you tried to rack catch with receivers, especially on goes or screens, the players kind of just stopped. And it would be tough to get any type of acceleration boost or any type of yards because of that. But in Madden 24, they completely fixed that. A rack catch is an actual rack catch where they can continue their momentum and keep running. So that is a huge plus. Now here's the caveat to that. The routes are a lot more realistic. The players are running realistic routes. But because they're so realistic and there's so many new animations, some of the toe tap catching is not very consistent. In Madden 23, we were able to get some consistent toe tap catches near the sideline. But in Madden 24, it seems that it's a little bit tougher for the players. At times you're going to be wide open and then they only get one foot in and you have no idea why. And there's nobody even near near him. You have a lot of space to get 2 feet in. So hopefully that's fixed. If it's not, I can see that there'll be some trouble in the future. But I do think that's a minor detail, and I do think they'll get that fixed by the time the release date is here. At number 7, we have zone defenses. Now the zone defenses are pretty similar to Madden 23, maybe a tiny bit better in playing their respective area. But one thing I want to note is that on the offensive side of the ball, a huge thing will be pulling defenders away from their zone to find open windows. In Madden 23, if you didn't do that, you wouldn't have a very good offense, and it's the same thing in Madden 24. Now, if you want to learn how to do that, I have a video in the description that goes over every single coverage. Make sure to go check it out. Now, at number 8, we have high ball passing. In Madden 24, because man defense is a little bit better and just overall the animations are better, you won't be able to bail yourself out with high ball passes anymore. In Madden 23, you were able to throw into double teams, or just a closely guarded wide receiver, and hold L1 for a high ball pass, and you can bail yourself out with an incompletion or even a catch. And in Madden 24, the defense is so much better. A lot of the times, they actually break up the pass or intercept it, so you won't be able to get bailed out because of that reason. Which in my opinion, I would say that's a pretty good thing, because it could be very frustrating playing good defense, but then the offense just holds one button and they just get rewarded for it. So I'm glad that's kind of out of the game, and I'm glad defense is a little bit better. At number 9, and some people might take this as a good or bad thing, not sure, depends on how you play. The blitzing in Madden 24 will be kind of the same for Madden 23. What I saw from the beta is that it's a lot of the same blitzes that are going to be pretty good, but I do think we'll have new metas, but DB Fire and Spinner are still very good plays, very good blitzes. The slot corner blitzing is still probably going to be a huge thing that you need to know how to stop in Madden 24. So that's just me warning you that the blitzing is probably going to be the same. And at number 10, we have aggressive catching and coming back to the ball. In Madden 23, this was very important. In Madden 24, it is no different. And especially because, like I keep saying, the animations are better, the reaction time is better. For the defense, you need to be able to click onto your receiver, press triangle or Y, and come back to the ball before the man defender is able to break up the pass. That's going to be a huge deal to beat man defense, along with the type of routes you have and abilities. But most of the time you want to click onto your receiver and come back to the ball. And for you, that will just make your passing game that much better if you can get that detail down. Now, if you want Madden tips, Madden tutorials, Madden schemes to get yourself to the top Madden player that you can be, make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe, because I'll be coming out with a lot of great Madden 24 content to get you to the top, baby. So I hope this helped you out, kind of just, telling you what Madden 24 is going to be like. So I hope you liked the video. See you later.